Morning, Gabe. Another beautiful morning. It's Tuesday morning, just before 6 o'clock. Some of our birds down there, and of course the red-winged blackbird going at it as always. There's only one male here, and he's got about 9 children, so he's very protective of this whole area. As soon as he sees me, even though I feed him, I guess I'm a threat. We got the grackles that are out by the sidewalk now, so the season's changing. There's most of the birds have raised their babies. Some of them even have left us now, so the grackles are thinning out. The red-winged blackbird's babies will be growing up and go away soon. We have a good many rabbits, babies, 4 of them. I don't hear the robin as much anymore. I do see her, but I don't hear her as much. We even went to the Dells the other day, and trees were starting to change, so it's not even August 1st yet. So taking a look at the garden, I have harvested a lot of the Thai basil, lots of lavender, lots of thyme. I've kept some, I've given some away. The total for the eggplants right now is up to 55, and I think we'll probably get 30 more. So for, I can't remember now what I paid, but I figured I would get 50 eggplants, and I have surpassed that. I want to say the first 2 were 10, and the last one was 5. Got a rose plant that I was given by somebody that I helped garden this year, so that's brand new. I haven't potted that, put it in a big pot yet. Harvested rosemary, harvested oregano. Tomatoes aren't doing well because of the one week it's cold, the next week it's hot. A lot of things are kind of funny looking in their leaves because of all the humidity, the moisture. A nice rosemary plant there. My husband's bush that will turn bright orange in fall. The purple balloon flowers, they're pretty much done. They're a perennial, so I'll be planting those. Our little tree, a spider plant that will come in soon. Pepper plant has produced 10 peppers. And then I had the bee balm, which I still haven't been successful in growing because it always gets white mildew on it. So I cut that back. So that's a garden. I planted it May 10th. So I don't know. May 10th to June 10th is 4 weeks, and June 10th to July 10th is 4 weeks, and add another 2 on there. We're going on like week 10 or 11 with the garden. We've harvested carrots from our community plot. We've harvested corn, potatoes, beets. I haven't been able to be over there because of a leg injury, so my husband's taking care of that. And so I've basically been working from home and doing what I can in the garden. Trying to make videos, taking care of our kitty, trying to get my work in on time, what's asked of me, what is required of me, and trying to attend physical therapy. I can't volunteer right now, so I'm kind of sad about that. But hopefully, by taking it easy and resting a little more than I'm used to, I'll be able to return to that here in September. So that is the garden. This is the morning, and now I'm going to feed the birds, and I'm going to go in and feed the kitty, finish our laundry. I am getting a grocery delivery, so I will add that into this video. And of course, Kitty's sitting right here by the door. Gabriel! Gabe! Today he's being shy. There he is. I had to pick up some peanuts. Our birds are out of peanuts. And our squirrels. We like to give it to both. That way we don't have any fights outside. The squirrels are happy. The birds are happy. Everybody leaves with a full tummy. And we just don't seem to have any issues. We're doing this so everybody gets along. When we were just feeding, a small little handful to the birds, then the squirrels and the birds were fighting. And when we were feeding a little handful of the shelled peanuts to the squirrels, then the birds are upset, especially the blue jays. So now we give a little bit to the birds, a little bit to the squirrels, and everybody goes away happy. I also put these, so this is 1084, and it's been 1084 for years for, 5 pounds of peanuts. And I specifically get these. I don't go and get human grade peanuts or anything like that. We've tried that, and they end up getting rancid real fast. I also feed these. These are Peanut Delights. They don't melt. There's no waste, and they're soft. So other birds that aren't into peanuts or nuts or this type of protein and that can have a soft one. This was $4.84 for 1.68 pounds. We were out of bananas completely, so 50 cents a pound for the bananas, and I got 5 of them. Kitty was out of this color of food, and this is what he's on to this week, so 96 cents a can. That is not in our grocery food budget, as well as the peanuts here. Bird food is not. Our cat has a $100 a month budget, and when we're all stocked up most of the time on his medications, dry food, wet food, and stuff, and cat litter, then he shares some of his $100 budget with the outside animals, which we did this week. Half loaf of bread for French toast. We're having our friends in. We're going to have French toast and bacon and eggs and sausage and egg muffins. What are they called? Can't even think what they're called. But we're going to make biscuits and muffins like they do at McDonald's. So bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, and just a bacon and egg muffin. So, and some French toast. So I needed this for French toast. This is for sandwiches next week. If you are into cheddar cheese curds, we saw this was new that came out. We buy Farm Rich mozzarella sticks, and we do those in the air fryer, and they're delicious. And just in the last 2 weeks, we noticed this in our local Walmart, and these are absolutely fabulous. And if you are like us, living in Wisconsin, I like fresh curds right from the dairy, right from the creamery. And we have a Car Valley cheese is here in Mauston, and you can go right into their creamery and get fresh curds. So we do that. I like those. My husband not so much. You can buy cheese curds in every store, in every place here in the town, actually in the surrounding areas of Wisconsin Dells, Lake Delton, Linden Station, and Mauston. You can buy cheese curds in just about every store. And I'm a big lover of cheese curds, and now in the air fryer I can do some breaded cheddar cheese curds, and they're delicious. My husband has had them, and so they were just like a couple of the restaurants that we used to get cheese curds from, so that's great. And they were $6.96. We needed some rubbing alcohol. That goes in household expenses, and that was $1.97. Calamine, Walmart was actually out of all calamines in the last couple of weeks. So we waited and I use rubbing alcohol mosquito bites. I had a total of 21 mosquito bites from gardening just this last 2 weeks. And I don't use off, so that's probably why. Calamine lotion was like $1.96. It wasn't today. I had to get Equate in both things because whatever the other brands were completely out yet. Land O'Lakes won the cheapest butter today at 1 pound for $3.96. It even beat out Great Value. Salted. Salad toppings for my husband. Those were $2.96, so I got one for use now, one for backup. And I was completely out of yogurt, and this is the yogurt that I like from Australia. And these are $3.84 for a 4-pack each. So I don't eat them every day, usually every other day or every 2 days. So this will last me the rest of July and probably past the first week of August. And that's my little grocery delivery. I ordered it at 6 o'clock or 6:15. They claimed that it was going to be at my front door between 7 and 7:30, and it was here at 7:15. I'll put my groceries away, and we're done shopping for the week. Okay, part of being a cat mom is shampooing the carpet. So our kitty throws up every now and again. He drinks too much water. So I used to use a little green machine, and that didn't do it at all. No suction. I had a Shark carpet shampooer for 15 years, and that wasn't doing it. So I went out and I bought this little Bissell machine for $126 at the beginning of the year. I think I talked about it then, and it works great. It's lightweight, easy to take apart, just 2 pieces to take apart, or you can take that third part down there apart and clean. It's lightweight. It's got such great suction that it suctions up all the water, and you only have to run the fan for 15 or 20 minutes depending on your carpet nap. So if you're looking for a lightweight, really good cleaner with great suction, it's the Bissell that I bought. Okay, whenever I have coffee, Kitty gets a little bowl of cream. It's a couple times a week, and he's crazy over it. Aren't you? Crazy. He's got little custom-made little bowls for him. And at 18 years old, he can basically have whatever he wants. He doesn't get constipated from the cream. He doesn't get diarrhea from it. Doesn't throw up from it. There you are. Okay. Thank you. Okay, when I went down to get the car fixed, I went ahead and bought a few things for August groceries at Woodman's grocery store. So if you're not familiar with that, it's an employee-owned grocery store that's here in Wisconsin. I'm guessing it's probably in Illinois. It's a great big warehouse-style grocery store. It's one of the first. It's probably been in this area in Alaska where we could go to it for probably 30 years. I know 30, 35 years I personally have been going to it. And since my husband and I have been married, at least 30, 32. So it had one of the first like international aisles where you could buy different types of foods and spices and things that were, from different cultures or overseas or in London or Germany or whatever. And it was just Mexico. It was just very, very exciting when it first had that first international aisle. Now it has multiple. And of course, when I found out I couldn't tolerate wheat and stuff like that, it was one of the first available to me beyond even before Whole Foods, where I could buy gluten-free products, which of course I don't buy anymore, but for a good 10 years that's where I got all of my gluten-free products. And there was only one little tiny half aisle, and now there's like 3 or 4 aisles dedicated to gluten-free. So without further ado, I picked up some Fresh Stacks premium crackers. We probably go through maybe a half a box of these a year. We don't really get sick, but I do like as a snack to have a cracker with a little bit of butter on it. My favorite cookies, I may have showed this in a previous haul, is Walker's shortbread. I consumed 1 box from the last trip I made down there, and so I went ahead and bought a replacement. They're kind of expensive. I think these were $5.29, but it probably takes me a month, and then I'll eat a couple of boxes of it, and then I won't eat any shortbread rounds until Christmas, and then I won't eat them again, maybe for a couple, 2-3 years. But once I start eating them, I love the taste of butter. I really don't snack or eat cookies, but if I do, this is what I snack on. And the crackers. I have to take, when I take my either Tylenol or glucosamine, I have to crush it or empty out the capsule. I'm not able to swallow these big honking pills anymore. I used to be able to, but not anymore, so I take the capsule and empty it. You're able to do that with these glucosamine, and I just crush up the Tylenol. And then I add it to applesauce. Woodman's sells Treetop, Walmart doesn't, Aldi doesn't. It's my favorite type, so I went ahead and bought 20 pouches because they were on sale. I like to buy any type of snacky things for my husband and that, like chips or these little applesauce pouches or drink mixes or whatever around school time, because they package them up in larger quantities and they are more affordable. So I went ahead and got that. This isn't more affordable. This is the most expensive that we can get applesauce and apple juice. It's Treetop, so this was $6 for 20 pouches. And I prefer it, like I said, because it's low to no sugar. We always buy this all the time in case we're out in the sun, or right now we're both trying out compression socks, and the compression socks make my husband's legs itchy. So this is the only thing that helps. Believe it or not, you can buy all those creams and salves and whatnot, and this is it. Equates soothing gel with aloe. Kitty, we're starting to feed him a tiny bit more dry. The wet food just has no flavor to it, no smell to it, and we're not going to start down the road of buying him gravies in the tubes. So we went ahead and bought Friskies gravy swirlers. He really likes these, so we're going to give him a few pieces of these a day, maybe 1/8 of a cup or something. He is 18 after all. He doesn't have a problem drinking water, so we're going to go ahead and give him a few of those a day. I bought this sign when I went and picked up some sweet corn. You can't buy happiness, but you can buy plants. That says it all for me right there. And I get a lot of happiness from my plants and my garden. So the Friskies, I think that was on sale for $3.89. That can be bought at Walmart. This, of course, is a Walmart product. I did go to Walmart as well as Woodman's. This was $2.86. The sign was $5. These are at Aldi's. I went to 3 or 4 different stores. So these are at Aldi's. These are one of the Aldi finds from last week. So I think they were like $1 something. Same with the plates. So we're having friends over, so I thought I'd have a nice little dinner plates and some napkins to go with it. So this whole thing was under $3 to get enough napkins with some left over, and definitely enough plates with some left over for under $3 at Aldi. This is also a Woodman's Buy apple cider. So if you drink Indian Summer, it's sold near you. They are now selling apple cider, and they're also selling it in much larger containers. So this one was $3.29 for 64 fluid ounces. My husband loves apple cider. Woodman's is also where we get his natural applesauce. It has the lowest amount of sugar in it, and so this was $2.69. I saw this was it at Aldi? I think it was at Aldi. Yeah, on an end cap, Texas-style barbecue sauce, and I love the ingredients in it. So it was basically just tomato puree, the first ingredient, water, tomato paste, brown sugar, white vinegar. I mean, very healthy. This was under $2. Prego, we can get that at Walmart as well, but we also got it at Woodman's yesterday because it's cheaper, $1.89. So we got 2 of them. Here's a Walmart product that's specifically at a good price right now because it's packaged for back to school. 8 juices in that. I paid $2.29 on rollback for Better Goods organic apple juice drink. So those are always nice just to have at nighttime as a little treat or a snack. I like to have my snacks, if they're not Walker's butter cookies, to be something that's somewhat healthy and low on sugar. And a loaf of bread from Aldi, I think this was $1.48, $1.47, $1.48. So a couple of different stores that I went to, I had odds and ends that I needed to pick up. So this is the first haul of August. I also went into Hobby Lobby. That's one of my favorite stores to go into. I think it's just because of the nostalgia. There's a lot of things that look antique, and when I was growing up, Christmas was our favorite time of the year. Look forward to it all year long. It had nothing to do with presents. We basically didn't get much into the present by way of presents and that. We got handmade things. My parents did go out and buy each one of us a gift. Mostly it was about like the church things. I think I've mentioned this before. Church program that we always put on, church services, getting together with the elders, getting the homemade stuff. We got homemade Barbie doll clothing, things that were knitted and crocheted from our elders and stuff. So it was mostly that, and the music and just the mood of Christmas made our household a very happy place. So I like going into Hobby Lobby and looking at the different sections. They're there almost all year long except for Christmas. I don't know. I follow a lot of those old nostalgic Christmases from the 60s and 70s on both Facebook and Instagram and even YouTube, and I just enjoy it. So when I went in, I wanted to get some ribbons. Brown is going to be a big color. I know it probably doesn't matter to most people, but we have a lot of brown and blue Christmas bulbs we haven't used for years. I always like to have a theme for Christmas. It keeps me busy. I don't like to go out and buy a lot of stuff. Over the years, we've bought enough. So I like to go back into our little Christmas totes and bring out what theme I want. We usually have one of everything, so we have brown bulbs, so I got brown ribbon. It's going to be kind of natural colors, they claim, so great. I have a lot of that stuff, so I won't need to buy a single thing. It's going to be browns and greens and cream colors, and so that'll be wonderful. I want to pick up something like crocheting or knitting. I've tried knitting and that didn't work. I'm now following somebody that gives a step-by-step, up-close and personal look at how to crochet. So I went ahead and bought this at Hobby Lobby. These were, let me see, spring and summer is 75% off, and Christmas or holiday is 50% off. So $3.50 for each, and there's what? I don't know how many bows. 3? Yeah, 3-piece, $3.50. This was also on sale, so it was half of $3.49. So that's the color that I wanted, and the width or whatever for the crochet needle. This is some Christmas ribbon. This always goes fast. This is a primitive type Christmas ribbon. If you ever bought anything that was like the primitive stuff that's been sold in stores or primitive stores for the last 30 years, this ribbon always goes fast. So I went ahead and bought that, and that was half off, so a little over $2.50. And then, of course, the crochet needles. These were full price, one for $2.49 and one for $2.29. I wanted one with a wooden handle because she uses a wooden handle and says that it's friendly, and I think she's probably close to my age. And then this is an ergonomic one. So as I get started or whatever, I'll be more than happy to share a few seconds of me trying to crochet, but it's something that'll keep my mind busy. I think things like this keep your mind busy. Making plans or a little bit of decoration doesn't hurt anybody. Learning a new skill and stuff like that is great for someone's mind, no matter what age you are, and definitely when you're going into your 60s. So this is a little Kim splurge from Hobby Lobby. Okay, Sunday evening supper is, I'm going to slice one of the last tomatoes I got from the local veg stand. We actually got dishes done at this point. We're having the last of the sweet corn that we picked up here a couple of weeks ago. Well, actually not, just a little over a week ago. So, some rice, and then warming up some chicken that I baked here on Thursday. And froze, and then thawed for tonight's meal, and then some wraps for Monday's meal. Because it's a little cooler today, it just rained. It's about 72 degrees out. And the humidity is gone, thank goodness. I had picked up this produce this weekend at a farm stand, and I'm going to bake it up. Plus, I'm going to bake up some cookies. So, the butternut squash were each 29 cents a pound. The sweet potatoes, I actually had 4 of them. I microwaved 2 of them. They were each a quarter. I think I got, 4 for $1. These are my own little eggplants. So one of the plants just died, and these were hanging on them, so I got them right away, and I will cook those up. And then a acorn squash, this was 69 cents. So a real steal for some farm stand produce, just the first of their butternut squash, acorn, and sweet potatoes. I was happy to get it, happy to try it, and now I'm going to bake it up with some cookies. I just wanted to put out in this video, I just noticed this today, this just happened in the last few days. There's not many canned goods that we buy. I buy chicken with rice soup, canned cat food, and Bush's baked beans. And I just read in a forum that I'm a member of that with the steel tariffs, things have gone up as far as canned goods. Now, I just bought all of these canned goods not even 7 days ago. I paid the $1.92, which I've been paying for quite a while, for the chicken with rice soup. I paid the $1.52 for the Bush baked beans, and I paid 96 cents for canned cat food. As I said, that was just about 5 days ago. Today is 6 days away from that last purchase, and when I went on Walmart's site, the beans have gone up to I believe it was $1.67, the soup is $1.96, and Fancy Feast is $1.07. So those are significant price hikes. Apparently, according to Walmart and a Walmart spokesman, and some news that I read, not only in Newsweek, but in a finance forum that I belong to online, it has to do with the steel tariffs. We've just had a heck of a time finding cat food lately. It's just been crazy. The shelves have been basically bare. 3 reasons they gave for that is that they are having a hard time getting the aluminum and the steel. As far as canned goods go for cat food, there's so many pets now, especially since the pandemic. So many people have cats and also dogs, of course. Since that time period, that the demand is much greater, and that shelters and or people with lots of pets tend to favor Fancy Feast. So that is supposedly what the shortage of Fancy Feast on the shelves, why that has been for almost the last 2.5 years. Really bad, not just shortage like pandemic, but we go in and everything in Fancy Feast is gone except for 3 cans. And this isn't just once in a while. We actually shop the store just to find cat food every single week, whether I try to do an online delivery or we do a pickup or we go in store. So we've got a pretty good beat on, how the cat food situation is in 3 different Walmarts, and normally they're all gone. So we don't want to buy from Chewy because there have been some issues with Chewy where they have out-of-date food or old food that I've read about recently, some complaints that have been issued, and PetSmart is running low. PetSmart only had 4 of the, I don't know how many flavors Fancy Feast has, we'll say a dozen. They only had 4 stocked flavors the last 2 times we've been in there. So if you're buying any of these things or other canned goods, your pantry's relying on them and that, you might want to take a look here. I don't know how often steel or aluminum or whatever tariffs go into effect, but I would suspect that probably within the next 2 weeks to a month, we're going to see, at least in canned goods, another slight rise in price. It's nice when you get some rain, so you turn that air conditioner off. We're getting some rain here right now. It's nice and green. You can see it comes off the roof all the time. Anyways, nice and fresh out. Smells fresh, looks fresh. Everything in nature is getting a shower. So I'm out here doing a little bit of watering before my husband gets home from work. No one will be surprised that follows my channel that I already bought a mum. Menards has them for $5. And Walmart has them for $5.84, I think. So, yep, these are some of my favorites. So, the oregano's doing great. I'm hoping to overwinter that geranium in the house. Tomatoes are still waiting to ripen. So I've got some mandevilla. I've got the purple balloon flowers that are going to overwinter. The impatient. I've taken a lot of the Thai basil, given it away, saved some for myself. We're down to one eggplant. This is a new rose bush. So these are going to overwinter. My rose bush is climbing tall, orange. Hydrangea is going to overwinter. This is a begonia. It's doing fabulous. I hope to bring that in the house. My husband's tree that'll turn orange. Rosemary that I hope to bring in the house. Another one. This is a rose bush tree we purchased for $4. Bee balm that I cut back really well. My husband's this grows a lot in the ditch. I don't remember what it's called. And then the 2 rosemary plants that I started with. Spider plants coming in the house. We got a yellow rose. That's the garden as we're having a nice summer rain.